Hey guys, what's up? Pitmarthura here. And guess what? I'm very annoyed. Do you know why? Because I don't like it when people interrupt recordings. When they know you're recording and you put a sign on your door and you tell them in advance and they still annoy you. Not only that, I had to actually scrap the commentary on the last one I had, despite getting this one. But either way, we're going to be going through Purple Coins on the Rainbow Road again. And I wish I'd been able to save this video for you guys. I did save the video, but I didn't get to save the audio for it. And I'm going to play it either at the start of this, like right in here, or I'll play it afterwards. Because I got this on the first try with 1 second left on the clock, and it was amazing. And I didn't get to keep it. Because promptly after that, people kept coming in thinking, oh no, he's not recording. He's probably just talking to himself for 45 minutes straight. I can't imagine why he would do that. It's only like he's been recording for 5 years, but he's probably not doing it right now. Probably not. Ugh. It was so freaking ridiculous. I wish I had been able to keep at least that 1 star. But no, I didn't get to keep it. Because I can cut the audio, but I can't cut it that much. Otherwise, it's just going to sound choppy and annoying, and there's not even a point to it. But anyway, welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy 2, and what we're doing right here is Purple Coins on the Rainbow Road. I don't think that's exactly what it's called. What is it called? Can I pause? Can I pause? No, it is Purple Coins on the Rainbow Road. So what you're doing here is obviously collecting purple coins. You do have a time limit, of course, but there are 100 purple coins you have to collect, like always, and there are only 110 total. There is not much room for error in this mission at all, which is why I was so stoked that I got it on the first try. And not that I got it so close, but also of how close I was on the timer, too. Half of the awesomeness was the fact that I thought I didn't get it. I thought I was short by 1. And then only to find out, I was like, oh no, I actually did get it. And then I realized, oh geez, I'm about to run out of time. And 99's plenty. There are some on this thing right here. But I had like 96 going in right here, or 95, and then I noticed there's a 4th one right at the end right there, and I didn't get it. But I had 99 before getting this one right here, and while the ball was breaking open, the timer was still counting down, and so it was like at 5 seconds, so I thought I had it, but I noticed the timer was still going down while the ball was breaking, and so I got the last coin with 1 second left. Which, after I had that happen where I just missed out on getting the last purple coin once by a couple seconds, not even a couple seconds, probably by a second in the Luigi's purple coins in this game, it was kind of funny that it almost happened twice. I wish I'd gotten to keep that, and it was really irritating that I didn't, so I'd apologize, but it was not my fault, so not much I can do about it. I didn't get to keep the other one. The other one wasn't quite as good, but I really wish I'd gotten to keep that one. So we've seen a throwback to Toy Time Galaxy from the first Galaxy game. We've seen a throwback to all the Rainbow Roads that have been in Mario Kart before. And, oops, I did not mean to select this one. Now we see a throwback to Super Mario Sunshine. This is one of the missions that was in the game that was a floodless level. For those of you that don't know anything about Mario Sunshine, you had a Flash Liquidizer Ultra Dousing Device, I think it's the actual name, but you had Flood, and Flood was kind of using your ability to hover. I can't even pause. There we go. Was using your ability to hover around and, you know, spray things with water. That was kind of the big gimmick of that game, was using Flood. However, in certain stages, like this one right here, you would enter secret areas, and they would be known as the secret of whatever, or, you know, like something like that, the secret of something, and they'd be quote-unquote secret levels. And in these levels, you would get Flood taken away from you by Shadow Mario. And this is one of those levels. And you would come back to here later with Flood, but that was for a red coin mission where you'd have to collect all of them within a time limit, and generally they were not very forgiving on their time limits. However, in this game, unfortunately, at least for this first one. For the second one, it's actually difficult, but this first one is not even remotely difficult for 3 reasons. One, and this one gets fixed because you already saw that it goes in double time. One, the cogs and the things you turn on move way too slow. Like, really, really slow. They did not move anywhere this slow in Mario Sunshine. They were faster than this by a fair bit. 2, you did not have the spin. And 3, and most importantly of these 3, you certainly didn't have the cloud power-up. There's no way you did. There's the Comet Medal right there. I'm not gonna... Well, I guess I'll go ahead and pick it up. Just to show you that I can, even though I already have. But I avoided using my Cloud Flowers to show you that you don't even need the Cloud Flowers, and it's still easy. I was never in any danger of falling off right there, and if I had been, I could have used the one. And there's, like, the cog segment where you had the 3 turning cogs. I could have just skipped that altogether if I wanted to. All it would have taken was a long jump and then using the Cloud Flower, because you didn't have the long jump either. That's the 4th thing. You didn't have the long jump in that game, because in that game, the Z button was registered for, like, your map, for checking all your counts. So the long jump was removed from that game. And to be perfectly honest, I think the reason they did it is they knew it was really game-breaking in Mario 64, and so they tried to omit it, but a lot of people really hated that, and so they put it back in, and they just thought, well, we'll make the jumps to where you have to use the long jump more frequent, which makes sense. Like, I get why they did it, and it didn't work out, but, you know, I understand why they did it completely. This one, however, going in double time is a lot harder. Not that it was hard before, so I mean, relatively, it's going to be a lot harder. You're going in double time. There is no Cloud Flower this time to help you. If you were banking on that the first time, sorry to say, it's not here anymore. And thirdly, stuff like that happens, where you'll slide off, and it's really irritating, because it had that problem in Sunshine as well, and I thought it was just part of the GameCube thing, you know, like, you know, it was a bug that they were working out at the time. I don't remember if Sunshine was a launch title for the GameCube. I don't think... Well, I know it was an early title. I think Luigi's Mansion was the launch title for GameCube, but it was an early GameCube game, so I kind of figured, oh, well, maybe that's just, like, an issue that they're having. They'll figure it out at some point, and then, you know, we won't have to worry about that in later games. No, not even close. It still happens in Galaxy 2 many years later. And half the problem is the spin. Because the spin is necessary for this at certain points, not in the starting point here, but it is necessary for later points. And you'll get points like this, where you'll start to slide, and so you jump and spin in order to try to correct yourself. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You don't really know if it's going to work or not, and that's the problem, is it's not consistent. If it consistently failed, I would be more okay with that than it just, like, working sometimes and not working. I'd rather it be consistently working or consistently not working, as opposed to, like, well, it works some of the time. It's anybody's guess, because otherwise then you'd be like, okay, well, it's not going to work, there's no point in trying it, I'll find a different strategy for when that happens. But then it's like, well, you could try for it, and you might get it, you might not get it, and it's just really annoying. It's almost like a luck factor, and the last thing I need in my games is copious amounts of luck. We already know how well that's worked for me in the past. What the... Alright, fine, whatever. If there's any stage I'm going to game over on besides the perfect run, this is probably going to be it. Because of stuff like that, where it's just... Like, you can land on the platform, but it's like pushing you out of the way. And then stuff like that, where I don't even know what happened. Because, like, I had this issue in Mario Sunshine, but it was not to this level that it is in this game, which it seems like it should be, I'm not going to say easier, but, like, problem bug-wise, it should not be there. In a game that's clearly, you know, clearly much later in the Mario years. This game came out in 2010. Mario Sunshine was GameCube era. They stopped making games for the GameCube in what, like, I don't even remember, like 2005, 6? Somewhere in there. Point is, it's, you know, like, they've had plenty of time to work on this. If there was a bug, even if it was not in this, they probably would have seen it in Galaxy 1. at some point. I don't know when, because I can't think of one off the top of my head, but it probably would have appeared somewhere. So it's just really irritating to see, like, there's multiple opportunities to fix this. Not only is it not fixed, it's actually worse. And it's not a stage gimmick so much as it is a bug. If it was a stage gimmick, that's one thing. Yeah. But if it's working sometimes and other times it's not, that's a problem. It should be one or the other, not... It should be one or the other, not going between the two. It should be clearly working or clearly not. There. Okay, now I got all my star bits. There's a Yoshi right here if you want it. I feel like this is a blessing and a curse to use. Because on one hand, you get your flutter jump, which, that's nice. But on the other hand, what you don't get is you don't get your long jump anymore. Which, you know, now it feels like we're going back to Mario Sunshine. There's no long jump anymore. So it's kind of up to you if you want to use Yoshi or not. I guess it's a little bit easier. It depends on what you want to sacrifice. Do you want to sacrifice the extra time in the air, or do you want to sacrifice your long jump? Personally, I think in this case, for this particular game, for this particular level, it might be worth sacrificing your long jump for. Because the long jump's not going to be used a lot here. Like, you know, since it's going fast, if it was still going the same speed, then yeah, it would probably be worth sacrificing your extra flutter jump, but I think the extra time in the air is almost necessary at some points here. Yeah, because it felt like that was easier with Yoshi, so it's probably worth sacrificing, but the fact that it's still that slippery, like, I don't know if they did that intentionally or not, and if they did that intentionally, that's kind of a bizarre choice to make. Because that's saying, we realize what the problem was with Mario Sunshine, we're going to keep it in. And if they didn't realize that, then that means that they didn't learn from that mistake when it was made back in... I have the Sunshine copy, I can check, but I think it's 2002 when that game came out. Like 2002, 3, early 2000s, this was 2010. At least 5 years ago. I can make that assumption very safely. At least 5 years ago, if not more. It's probably more, but whatever. I know it's a gripe, but still, that's really bizarre. So welcome back to Stone Cyclone Galaxy with Silver Stars in the Cyclone. This is another Mario Galaxy 1 level. Not a particular level in itself. What it was in that game was it was in Beach Bowl Galaxy, and it was, I believe that was the hidden star in Beach Bowl, actually. You had to find a launch star that was kind of in a weird spot, and this is where it took you to. There's our comet medal, so I'm going to not take the shortcut there because I need to not only do that, but I need to pick up the silver stars. The star's not at the end like it used to be. I'm going to get rid of you. I'm going to long jump to this. I don't think there's a silver star over there, but whether there is or there is not, just stand here. Okay, I have to jump for this. Good choice to stay close to the edge right there. Okay, I'm gonna wait for him to go around and then go for it. Because as you can tell, everything is moving a lot faster than it used to in this stage. I feel like I missed one, so I'm probably gonna have to go back, but either way. Stuff's moving faster. That's without question. Stuff is moving faster than it did in the first Mario Galaxy game. So it's like, well, what do you do to stop that? Fortunately, there are little switches like this around the thing that are going to slow time down for you. Also, this spot right here is a safe spot, so if you need to remember that, it is there. Okay, so that's our safe spot. It's the one that doesn't have the... This is our safe spot. Once he gets back, I'm just going to run for it. Well, the silver stars is there, and that's actually a safe spot too. Okay. There's 3. 4 will probably be at the end, which means I did miss one. Yeah, there's 4. No. Nope, get back up there. I'm gonna fall him back here. I think I know where it is. Unfortunately, in skipping out to get that comet medal, it was kind of a... There we go. Can at least slow him down here. But unfortunately, in grabbing that comet medal, I kind of figured I was going to be skipping one by doing that. And yeah, sure enough, I was right. I have a pretty good inkling of where it is. Can I mess with the camera here? It's going to be somewhere back there in this area down here. You're not going to be able to see it from here, but that's where it is. I don't know if there's a switch on this part or not that I can activate to slow stuff down. No, there is not a switch. Okay, so I'm going to have to actually do this verbatim. Okay. Just checking. Problem is, it's harder to see what I'm doing here. Would you... There we go. I was gonna say, could you not do that, dude? Ooh, okay. This spot is safe. If nothing else, this spot is safe. Nunchuck, stop getting stuck. Okay, that's where the star is. Of course, they're gonna appear back there. Yes, obviously. You know, that would be too easy. It's gonna appear at the end of the stage where it was in the first Galaxy game. And crap's gonna still be moving, so don't think that was going to stop. You're not sick. Alright, there we go. Got all this power stars. Got all the silver stars. There's the power star. I just had to be able to not talk through that. It's like, the game's not even hard, it's just everything else is being so irritating. And by everything else, I mean, my dad will not stop making noise for the sake of making noise. He's developed this new habit. By new habit, I mean something a child will do. That whenever he's done eating something, like out of a bowl, where he's got a metal fork, he'll basically just start tapping the fork against the side of the bowl like, hey, I'm done with this, and somebody needs to put this in the sink for me, because I can't get up, apparently. He doesn't have a disability or anything like that. He's just lazy as crap. Like, he's lazier than I am. But he's essentially, like, trying to Morse code, I want somebody else to do this for me because I don't want to get up, because I'm busy watching TV. It's just, But enough about that. I'm probably going to cut out some of the attempts there, so we'll have time for this one and likely another one as well. What is this one? Speedrun? Yeah, I kind of figured. Speedrun is in you're on a timer, not as in they're going even faster. Oh, that would suck. You don't have to pick up the silver stars in this one either. This is strictly speed, getting to the end. It's not thinking you can pick up silver stars. I guess we'll find out, though. Thank you, camera. I appreciate it. That's what I was trying to avoid. And then I hit an invisible block, I guess. Cheerio, Proton John. I know how that feels. At least there are no silver stars this time, so I can just say, screw that, and just long jump straight to here. This part feels like it was actually going slower, too. Maybe it's because when I was looking at it, I wasn't on it, which would make it look like it was going slower than it actually was. Okay. Yeah, the star's in there, so you can see that little case of ice. I think if you actually long jump from the very corner of this and spin, you can actually wall jump off the side and somehow manage to get there. But it's really hard jump to make, so I'm not going to do it. should have gone right there. Oh no, there is another clock. Okay, never mind, we're okay. No, screw you. This is one of those crystals you have to hit twice, or just apparently miss completely on your first hit. On your first hit. The thing is, if you keep shaking the remote after you hit it once, sometimes you'll get just enough of a backswing to hit it twice in one go, which is kind of weird, but it works. I don't know why it does, but it does. The animation for that is just long enough, and the animation for it cracking is just short enough to count as 2 hits, I guess. Alright, so that's taken care of. That speedrun wasn't actually that bad, so... Next we have the actual one I was thinking of while we were doing Battle Belt. And stupid me thought it was this one when it wasn't. This is Boss Blitz, not Battle Belt Galaxy. This is one where we're going to be fighting all the bosses. However, it's all the bosses from Super Mario Galaxy 1. Throwback Throwdown. So yeah, we've got all the classics here. We've got the Fiery Dino Piranha, we've got a regular Dino Piranha, we've got Boulder Geist, we got them all. Except for that Topman guy, he's not here, but he was more of a mini-boss. He only took 2 hits, and even then he was still really easy. Then again, the original Dino Piranha is not very hard. I'm just going to grab these really quickly. Because in order to get to the last mission, you are actually going to need a... You actually have to feed a Hungry Luma, so... I am still picking them up if I don't get them all by the time we get there, which... The next video will actually be probably when we get there, so I might go off screen and grind for however many I need. These bosses have not changed in their strategy at all, so if you played the first game, tackle them the exact same way you did in that game. If not, you'll have to figure out how to do it, but, you know, nothing difficult. This guy was the replacement first boss for Pee-wee Piranha. I think this one's actually easier than Pee-wee Piranha, but all you gotta do is, whenever you land on him, he'll start walking around in the egg, and then spin attack the tail to make him actually appear, and then you have to hit his tail 3 times in order to defeat him, which is very easy to do. You can run at him at like almost a 15-degree angle, and then you'll just run past him and then just spin and hit the tail. It's very easy to beat him. Here we have King Caliente, but before we take him on, we're actually going to go over here and grab not only this life shroom, because more importantly was actually the Comet Medal here. Just enough clearance to get it with Mario. With Luigi it's going to be a little bit easier, but I would stick with Mario for the boss fights personally. So for King Caliente, he will shoot a set of fireballs at you, and then he'll shoot a regular melon at you. And the melon you're going to have to reflect back. The first time it will hit him verbatim, the second time you're going to have to reflect it back, because he'll hit it back to you, so you're going to be playing ping pong, you'll have to hit it back again, and then the third time you're going to have to hit it at him 3 times. You'll also have these very annoying bubbles coming after you too. So a very good strategy is to hit the first 2 while you're kind of away from the bubbles, and then get around the bubbles and move back a little bit, and then just jump and spin, and then hit the melon into him that 3rd time. I don't remember this guy's name, but I do remember how to tackle him. This is actually one of the more annoying bosses to me. So what you have to do is wait for him to get in your sights. Don't run into him. Is there anything down here? Probably nothing. Yeah, it's nothing. Okay, I'm going to go the opposite way because this is taking too long to catch up with him. Once he pops up, ground pound, and then hit him. That will start the fight. That might actually count as your first hit, I don't remember. But he's going to start coming after you, so you're just going to run away, and then eventually he'll pop up like this. You ground pound, it will stun him or scare him, and then you run after him and spin attack its tail. The first time is pretty easy, it's the second one that's kind of hard to get. Grab all these. And it's only hard to get him because of hitting his tail at the end. So do that once, he'll come back after you again. Wait until you're as close as you can be to him, and then spin attack him, because if you do it while he's far away, you're not going to catch up to him. You have to do it pretty much when he's as close to you as he can be without actually hitting you. Next up, Bouldergeist. I don't need that, because I've already got 6 life, and the 1-up would be superfluous. Bouldergeist is typically the one that's going to take you the most amount of time. And you're going to have to keep that in mind because the Comet here is a speed run. So with Bouldergeist, he's going to throw boulders at you. And you'll find Bomboos in here. We haven't seen these yet. These were not really a staple, but they were something that reoccurred in Galaxy 1. This is the only time you see them in Galaxy 2 is in here. But he'll throw rocks at you. The black ones will always be the Bomboos, or the dark black ones, whatever you're going to call them. I guess the other ones are just more so gray. And you'll shake the Wiimote while you're in front of them, and it'll spin the Bomboo around, and you have to hit him with it. He can shoot these little columns up at you, but you can spin attack to get rid of them. Nothing incredibly difficult about this first part. Once you hit him 3 times, he's going to turn into this little thing right here. And Bomboos will frequently appear here now. Come on, Bomboo. And you have to hit that red spot. Now you're gonna have to hit that red spot twice in order to beat him. The second time he's gonna come back with the arms. And the arms are just there to get in the way, really, if anything. So he's still going to throw the rocks at you. The yellow ones will drop coins, if you want the coins. They're only really going to be of any use to you if you start losing a lot of health. But the object here is to still hit him. If you hit the arms, they will go away after, I think, 2 hits. I hit nothing with that, so cool. I've always wanted to hit nothing with a Bomboo. In the second phase, he'll also have 2 columns of these spikes in here. You can also punch them out of the way himself, though. I thought whenever I first played the game, that was the only way to get rid of them, was for him to hit them. I didn't realize you could spin to get rid of them. There's 2 good hits on him right there. Whenever he has his hands up like this, it's really easy to hit him and not the hands by accident. If you're having a hard time with it, a good strategy might be to remove one of the hands and then go for him. One of them hit the hand, but the other one hit him, so... And there we go. Now he's taken care of. Though I will say that strategy about getting rid of one of the hands, whenever you're going through a speedrun, you really don't have time for that. If it wasn't painfully obvious from watching these fights, the one that's going to eat up most of your time is going to be Bouldergeist. Without question, it will be him. Lastly, we have the Fiery Dino Piranha. Pretty similar boss fight. The only real difference is that the tail can be on fire sometimes, and you can't spin attack it while it is on fire, so... That's really the only difference. I'm going to grab these before we activate the fight, though. Okay. Now we got those. Go ahead and wake him up. He still takes the same amount of hits, though, so you don't have to worry about that. See what I mean? Like, right there, I just had to wait a little bit longer. It wasn't so much, you know, like, new strategy. I just had to wait. This one's more a game of patience, so it will take longer, but it's not, you know, like, impossible. Tail's not deactivating here. Got it just before it reignited. Nice. It wasn't stopping there for a second. You really have to pick your moments, especially with that last hit, though, because you have to notice the pattern of it going on and off and on and off and know when to start going for it. And you might have to start running for it while it's active, because by the time you get there, it may not be active anymore, and that's when you have to swing for it. But there you go, that's the boss blitz for you. We'll be coming back there for the speed run, but I'm definitely not going to be doing this episode, even though I got stuff to cut out. We're at 33 minutes, almost 34, so... That will be all for this episode. I'm going to look at my starbit count, and I'm actually really quickly going to check and see how much that Hungry Luma wants before deciding whether to grind or not. I have 16, 12, I think he needs 2,000. I'm going to check very quickly, though. Looks like a green one followed you back. Don't see those fellows often. Well, we didn't even pick up like a green star or anything. I bet he's got some interesting tales to tell. Why don't you go say hello? So yeah, there are green stars in this game, as you can expect by seeing a green Luma. That's always what they talk about, is those. But it's not quite the same as the Trial Galaxies, which is kind of unfortunate. I liked the Trial Galaxies. As hard as they were fun. But we're going to check that really quickly. I know I'm wasting time. I'm going to check anyway. See how much that Hungry Luma needs. The comment for this actually didn't show up, but I did pick it up. It'll show up, though. This guy needs 2,000, so I'm about 400 short. I'm probably going to grind for those off-screen, and this is the only time I'm going to grind for star bits, because this is the last Hungry Luma, but I'll probably go back to that one where you have to navigate the rock through the course, because that was a really good grinding spot, so I will likely go there to get the rest of them, and then, we'll come back, we'll do the boss blitz comet when it shows up, and we'll do this galaxy as well, because this one will probably show up after I do the first star in the Hungry Luma galaxy, once it shows up. So we'll get that one, that'll bring us to 118, the comet from Boss Blitz is 119, and then the comet from the last stage will be at 120. So that will be all we need to get from that, and then once that's the case, then we'll start going into the next half of the game. So, thank you guys for watching. This has been PitMarthroy with Super Mario Galaxy 2, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.